It's been 3 years since Android 12 got pushed on Google TV and Android TV devices. And since the release of Android 14 for other devices, it seems like we've been waiting forever for it to be released. But it's finally here, and there is a lot of good news and updates that come with it. And you're going to want to stick around because later in the video, we're going to talk about how they're getting rid of APKs on your Android TV device. So let's start with the devices that should be receiving this update. Those are going to be Google TV and Android TV based devices. So for Google TV, something like the Chromecast TV runs Android 12 currently. Where for Android TV, like the Firestick, I believe, is an Android TV based device. But there's so many other devices that use these official versions of Android TV, including actual TVs themselves. Now, there's no guarantee that every device will be pushed this update, but I believe the majority of them should. And this is also going to include a slew of new devices coming out running Android TV 14 from the date of release. So let's get into what's new, starting with performance. Now, you might recall back when Android TV 12 came out, it actually slowed down a bunch of devices. Although I believe this was fixed with future updates, it did end up causing some slight performance issues. But Google is saying this won't be the case with the brand new Android TV 14. In fact, they're saying devices with low RAM, such as the Google Chromecast TV, 1 GB of RAM, will actually see a pretty sizable increase in performance. But most devices are supposed to see some sort of boost, including on startup. I mean, this should be pretty customary. With an update, we should see some sort of performance upgrades overall. As a lot of you know, in the EU and across the world, there's a lot more emphasis being put on power consumption. So with this update, Google also solves the issue with over-consuming power from the streaming device. It now has a low energy mode where you can pick between 3 options. There's a low energy, optimized energy, and high energy mode. With the low energy mode, of course, your device will go to sleep, but it takes it one step further and it will also disconnect your network connection. This will, of course, save you power in the long run. But don't worry, it still will push critical updates when they're needed. Where with the high energy mode, you just get a bunch of extra network features. I would say some of the biggest changes that consumers like myself want are aesthetic changes, more customization options, and they are kind of bringing that with the brand new system. This is the brand new ONN Pro box running Google TV Android 12 version. And for a long time, Google TV devices have had these circular app designs. But it looks like with Android TV 14, this is coming across all Android TV style devices. They're also bringing new categories to the bottom here, including AI-enhanced suggestions. Now, one cool AI feature they're bringing is new AI-style descriptions. So for those of you that speak another language like Spanish, there will now be AI descriptions in your own language. From my understanding, this is a pretty big issue with English content when it's being translated to other languages. It just doesn't always work right. So it's not a problem for me, but it seems like this might be a big solution for a lot of people. Other than that, they're supposed to be adding new reorder and new add app section at the end. Now, one of my favorite new features that we were actually supposed to get with Android 13 TV that never really came out is picture-in-picture. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, if you have an iPhone, you probably do it all the time. You're on YouTube. You swipe up. The picture stays on your screen in a little tiny corner, but you're now able to scroll through your phone and also read emails or answer texts. They want to bring this idea to Android TV as well. Now, I'll start by saying this isn't going to be for media playing. So you can't be watching Netflix, exit the app, and there'll be a little picture in the corner. And that goes the same for sports as well. There's no actual media on it, but it does have its use cases, and I want to talk about a few of those. For one, if you have a security system, imagine somebody rings your Ring doorbell, it pops up on your Google TV, and you're able to see it in that small little corner. Another really cool one is sports. Let's say I'm watching Netflix, but I also want to be able to tell maybe what's going on in the NBA Finals. There might be an app that has a little scoreboard in the corner. That way you can still keep track of the score, although you won't be able to watch it in picture-picture mode. They've also said some fitness apps will also be compatible with it, but I'm not sure how that is really going to benefit anything. I guess only time will tell. But I can think of a lot of cool widgets that might be able to take advantage of that picture-in-picture function. Now, they're also integrating in a ton of new accessibility features. This includes new color correction. So if you do have some color deficiencies, this will help us solve some of those problems. They're also adding brand new text options. So if you have a seeing impairment, this should also benefit you. Now, one area I wanted to discuss were APKs being kind of removed, but not really. Now, no, they're not being removed in the way you won't be able to install them anymore. In fact, if you still want to install third-party ones, you're going to be able to do that. But Google found a way to free up space, storage on your device. And this is really important because we use up a lot of storage on the operating system and the base apps that are being installed. So they discovered if you switch away from APKs and move to app bundles, which is just another way of installing apps from my understanding, then you'll be able to save up to 20% space on those apps. So going forward, it seems like app bundles will be what's used inside the App Store, although I don't know if that's going to be the case for everything right away. I think though just saving a ton of space is going to be really useful anyways. A lot of these devices only have 8 GB of storage, so that extra space makes a huge difference. Now, one last little area will be security and patch upgrades that are going to happen throughout the life of Android TV 14. There's a reason why they suggest doing these updates at the very least for the security of the system. This isn't like an Amazon device where they do updates just to put in new ads, although they will most definitely also put in more ads as well at some point. Now, should you upgrade to Android 14? Absolutely. If you get the chance to do it, let me know down below which of your devices have pushed the Android 14 update already. I know it should be rolling out very shortly to more and more devices in the coming months. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hit that subscribe button before you leave, and I'll see you in the next one.